You got to have a beer that's done, sanitized, and it's a clean brewery, and it's organized best to its ability. So if I walk into a brew pub or a brewery, the first thing I look for is cleanliness. Is the brewery clean? At the end of the day, it's like a kitchen or it's like somebody's home. If it's clean, like my house growing up was always messy, but it was never dirty. And cleanliness is the way you got to start with beer when you're in beer productions. The biggest lesson I had to learn when I first started out in beer was it took everything. If you didn't have every ingredient, if the water wasn't correct, if you didn't have enough kegs to fill the beer with, you're in trouble. So every aspect of the process is critical. So when I first got started in beer, early we had a lot of success. People tried that first Shipyard Export Ale and June 15th, 1992, and the beer started to go really well. My biggest problem was we couldn't produce enough beer. And I had gotten up to Portland and I had 4 or 5 draft lines. Nobody was happy because we couldn't provide enough beer. And at that point, I figured, what are we going to do? And the only thing I could do was either build a bigger brewery or do something else. Well, I didn't understand the business. And at that particular moment, I got frozen on what to do. And that's when Alan Pugsley and myself got together and we actually started brewing beer in other locations. It gave us additional capacity. And then I had to be willing to take a chance and build a brewery in Portland. My biggest fake it till I make it moment in the beer business was convincing people that I could actually brew beer. And I had Alan Pugsley, who was a master brewer and very talented, but there was so much more to building a brewery than having great beer. I mean, the beer was critical, and without it, you can't do it. But having the ability to borrow money and build additional capacity and all the things it took to build a brewery, convince distributors that we would provide them the product, I had to fake it till you made it. And that's what we did. The biggest thing I would do if I had to go back and give myself advice back in 1992 was try to partner with people that could bring you to higher levels sooner and find the right partners, because that's critical. I had a great partner in Alan Pugsley, a great partner in Gordon Herchebys, a great partner in Bruce Forsley, and these people were amazing. But the fact of the matter was I needed people that were in the industry and that could provide additional capacity and ability to expand if I wanted to keep growing. Had I just stayed at Federal Jacks with a 7-barrel system and the brew pub, everything still would be great like it is today. But when we decided to go out and try to be a global brand, you need key partners, key relationships. And that's where we are today with key relationships.